Yo, check out this clip from the pre-patch podcast.
But we kick off every show with Twitch news and the things that are going on with Twitch. That's our Twitter profile, by the way.
That is our Twitter profile.
That's
Hold on, hold on, hold on.
that's
That's our YouTube. That's our Twitch. There we go. That's the one.
So we're guys again. We had some technical issues, so I'm hosting and Enigma is doing all the back end work and pushing all the buttons. So, but
we had to
kick
go
off.
to we had to go to PowerPoint.
I'm telling you, man. I need a fucking raise at this point, man. Not only have I covered for him while he's sick, but now I'm covering for him when he's here. What the fuck is this shit?
I'm legitimately, I want to go back to the days of like, let's just do a podcast in house. Well, I think it'd be easier and less like stressful just to fly everybody in, and then we'll just do the podcast and fly everybody home. Yeah. So
okay, I'm down.
Maybe it's because we need to go to Kick. Maybe that's what the deal is. Maybe we need to go to Kick. Maybe that's
seems like everybody else is doing it. Why not?
Yeah. So before we get into the Kick news, which will come up shortly because it's also involved with the Twitch drama, Twitch has been having a fucking hell of a month when it comes to just
man.
I don't know if they're destroying their platform or what.
We'll talk a little bit about it later as well, like when we talk about the Kick platform or maybe at the end of this. But did you guys see the comment that was made on their live stream today?
No.
Was this the one where the CEO got on the stream with the Kick streamer? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about this was like a Twitch employee. We'll just cover it really quickly before we go into this because we'll have the bad and then we'll have the good. One of the Twitch's employees. I don't know who it was. I don't know where they are in the Twitch hierarchy, but essentially he came out and was like, it's good to have a market monopoly because then you could just charge whatever the fuck you want.
I did see that.
Yeah, I'm just like, okay, Twitch, okay.
Under the new CEO's name is Dan, right?
Dan. Yeah, I think
I don't
Dan
want to say
Robinson
Dan.
or something like
that. That was somebody that said that on the live stream or said that in the chat.
That was somebody that said it on the live stream. That was a live stream of a Twitch a Twitch employee saying that live.
Did you see it where, like I said, Danny Boy the man is like, he's just like, fuck all of it. Like, I'm just going to burn it to the ground because he also hopped on a stream and was like, you know what? Let's do a stream with a Kick streamer. And
I saw that he was doing a stream where somebody was asking him questions about Kick. And one of them was like, what do you think about this comments that's being made that Kick is making Twitch money?
That was during the stream. That was the person that was on stream with him was a Kick streamer.
Was that a Kick streamer?
Like,
yeah. So I saw little snippets of that. That one cracked me up because like I don't understand what everybody's got an issue with. Like what he said is accurate. Like all he said was like, what do you think about Kick making money for Twitch? And Dan or the CEO was like, well, what do you mean by that? Because like obviously Twitch is an entity of Amazon and AWS is an entity of Amazon. But the answer is no, technically Kick does not make Twitch money because Twitch is not Amazon.
Right.
So I don't know.
Yeah. It's wild. It's just like,
it's just a kid. Like we talked about it last week, right? Where it's just like, it's just L's after L's after L's. Like Twitch is just continuously shooting themselves in the foot for like the past 2, maybe 3
I don't know how
weeks.
they have any more toes left.
Yeah, I don't get how they have toes, how they have enough blood, how they have enough fucking bullets. I don't know where they're getting it all, but holy shit.
But
man.
So they launched this. So 2 things launched today. Today and yesterday. So one of them is this, which is the Creator Hub. This is basically one thing I wish I knew what Creator Home. It's essentially he's playing a schedule, some sort of a website, a web page that is personalized for the creator. That's kind of like taking over the About Me page and making it, more centralized to them, and they can. So what a lot
it
of
reminds me of like the old school MySpace like profile pages.
That's what this kind of is. And what's funny is that I worked at Streamlabs. We did this like this. We pioneered this kind of idea of like, hey, you're gonna have your own page on Streamlabs, and we're gonna direct traffic through that. The purpose of that solely was to make money, to drive traffic to there, to drive revenue for Streamlabs through, tips and purchases and whatever else,
Right.
and to make it all centralized, right? Um, Twitch essentially took that idea and said, "Yeah, that's what we're going to do here." The other side of what they're doing and why they're doing this, right? They come out to make it a shiny. This is a great tool for you and it's personalized. Blah blah. No, this is just another way for them to say you are in our ecosystem. You are in our, like, we own it. We own everything that's going on. So like the branding stuff that didn't work, that did not fly, it's still not going to fly and be kosher with creators, but it gives Twitch another hand in your jar of like controlling your content, right?
Well,
Like,
I don't
um,
want Twitch's hand anywhere near my jar. I'm just gonna say that right
yeah,
now.
yeah,
Like,
Is it a jar of dirt?
it's all up in that jar. Um, so that's the big, like, that's like what a lot of people aren't kind of seeing here. Like, they're just being like, oh, this is kind of a cool, thing. They're revamping the about me page. It's not about that. Like, all of these steps are ways to kind of bring in, and because your content, and to be like, okay, this is now, instead of being siloed off, this is all being put underneath us. And if you want to leave, it's almost not, I mean, not almost impossible, but it's just very much of like, we can then do really whatever we want. Like, it doesn't matter what you say. Um,
Can't get out from under the umbrella.
right. So it's, I don't know. It's just kind of crazy. So that was one of the things that came out. Then on top of that, they decided to launch hyper chat, which or hype chat, I guess is what they're calling it.
hype
Yeah,
chat.
hype
Um
Yeah.
chat.
hey, quick question to all the YouTube streamers out there. Does this look familiar to y'all? Like, this,
This
tell
this
me
one,
this does not look like a fucking super
yeah,
chat.
this one
It
cracks
it
me up
it
because like
yeah.
we've known about this for a while, so I don't know why everybody's getting all up in their hissy about this because like we've known about this for at least 6 months. They've just barely pushed it forward. Like this is just them launching it finally.
Yeah,
This
I think a
was
lot of people
this was
thought that
announced a
they
long time ago.
had canceled it
I
for
why?
whatever
What like
reason.
I don't, yeah, I don't understand why they would have canceled it. Like this is just like free money essentially because they can take a cut out of this.
Well, they are. I mean,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah,
taking a 70. So
70
the
30
minimum is
after
dollar,
5%
maximum is
fee.
500.
Yeah.
Right. 70/30 after 5% fee. So they're still taking 30. They're still
Hey
taking
man.
their cut there. Plus,
Oh,
but
at least it's
that's more
70
expensive
30.
than.
That's like the 70 30 that we should be getting for the sub splits.
Oh my
Yeah.
god! Yeah, yeah. But
It's
PayPal, like it does. I don't know, man. I don't even think YouTube does a 70/30 split, do they? Like, I think their super chats are pretty standard to PayPal like splits, aren't they?
I would have to take a look into it. If you give me like a minute, I can look into that. But
I mean, the show is
um
15
I
minutes late. I think we can give you a
I
minute.
I do know that this is it feels like they're trying to redirect from like Stream Elements or Streamlabs where they do
Oh, yeah.
the donations through those mediums. They're basically just trying to sync themselves into that. Does it have any way? Is it just pop up in the chat, or is there a way to sync it up with like
It
a
just
voice
it
recording or
just
Uh
anything like that?
no, it just pops in the chat. I've
Okay,
seen it in action today. It only pops up in chat. Um,
gotcha. Okay,
so it's no, absolutely. I mean, Twitch does not like from the get go. I mean, they do not like stream element. They don't want anybody taking money out of their pocket. And I get it from a business standpoint. You don't, right? But in most situations, most companies will find a harmonious balance with the kind of try to find some type of symbiotic
so
relationship.
so this is a reply
Um,
inside of that actual and I'll pop it over so you guys can see it. This is a reply. I don't know how true this is or not, but it says, "Fun fact: the pathetic profit split of super chats on YouTube is a big reason I switched to Twitch. In the first place, no one who used super chats actually knew that 30% of their money was going to Google instead of
yep,
me.
it
So
is a 70
I'm
30.
so
I'm
it's
assuming
70/30.
it's the same. Yeah,
It is.
Okay.
I just confirmed it. It is a 70-30 split with
there you
super
go.
chats.
Okay. So it is. Well, then they copied YouTube.
Even the
Out of
UI
it.
looks the same. Like the
It
little
looks
ticker
exactly
bar
the
at the
same.
top is
Yeah,
exactly the same as the super chat, which I mean, it is what it is. YouTube's
Yeah.
borrowed a few Twitch features as
very
Yeah.
well,
true.
but
Yeah,
coming at the time that they launched this, it just looks kind of pathetic,
it
I
just looks
guess.
like they're grabbing even more money.
Whereas when YouTube was copying like the emotes feature and the partner plan feature, it looked like innovation, or at least getting closer to the times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, again, I don't really have a problem with this. Like, I don't care. Like to me, like cool, whatever. Like you're integrating
I
more
mean, if I was a
ways.
big if I was a big creator, I would care because this is effectively going to cost them more money because of the conveniency factor. Viewers aren't going to want to go to a separate web page to do donations or do whatever. If this convenient feature is there, they're more likely to use it, and then you lose out on more money than you would get from, like, say, a donation through Stream Elements or just a PayPal donation or something like that.
Well, and that's what I was gonna say. Like, I don't like from a platform perspective. Great, you're integrating something into your platform. From a streamer perspective, that's where you care because, like you said, like yes, it is more money. It's just another way for Twitch to kind of continuously where other orgs are trying to give more money back. Well, one company is trying to give more money back. In a way, you're I don't know, like you're just like continuously in a month of just being like, let's talk about how much we can fuck over our creators as best we possibly can.
We talked
Yeah, from
about
the
it a little
50-50
last
sub
week.
split to this. Yeah.
We talked about it a little bit last week. It's like if it really does feel like Twitch is in like this spiral, like they're in the death spiral essentially, right? Like they're kind of to that point where I think that Amazon has cannibalized them so much that like I don't think that they're profitable and they're worried about possibly being shuttered, which probably a good reason. There's probably a very big reason for them to be worried about that. I don't imagine Amazon's going to continue keeping them around if they're not profitable, which is going to be interesting to see. But I don't know, man. It just I can't sit
It
here.
just feels
Yeah, I can't sit here and defend Twitch for the recent shit that they've been doing because, like you said, it feels cheap. It feels very gimmicky. It feels very I need money. We need money right now, and we don't give a shit how we're going to make that money, whether it's off the backs of our creators or if it's through shady deals that we do in the background. Like there's just it does feel like it's just a very money grubby kind of move. And it's just a
Yeah.
continuous money grubby kind of move from them as well. Like it would be nice if it was like Twitch fucks up and then like 2 weeks later they do like 3 or 4 good things and then they fuck up and then 2 weeks later they do like 3 or 4 good things, right? That would at least make it a little bit better. But it seems like Twitch just is continuously on that grind of like, how can we piss off our creators as much as possible without doing anything to help that?
yeah. Like let me ask you guys this. So,
Yeah.
we've been in we've been in this space for a long time, right? Like,
You all more so than
It's
myself, but yeah.
2012.
well, I mean, yeah, I mean, collectively though, we have, um, a shit ton of experience in the live streaming space and the content creation industry. Like, what I mean, to me, when I look back at what's like, this is some of the worst. I feel like across the board. When I'm talking, maybe not YouTube as much, but like just across all the platforms, I feel like we are in just this like dark times of these
We are.
platforms where it's like even just going through social media on these like it does not feel uplifting and bright like it used to feel, to be a content creator. Like it's like I don't know.
I
What are
actually
you
had a
guys'
moment
thoughts?
the other day where I got super sentimental about like starting out streaming and like all of the I 100% agree. This feels like a weird time to be into content creation, streaming and all that stuff.
I think
I
it's
was thinking back to like when I started on Twitch. Like I got sentimental about Twitch because Twitch was awesome back when I started streaming.
yeah.
I started right at the end of Twitch being awesome right before the downward spiral of it. So I got a taste of it, but I didn't get to enjoy the glory days that long. So
Yeah, I think the reason why we're starting to see a lot of this stuff is because companies. So I think we talked about this a couple of different times where it's like the whole pandemic and everything like that, right? When COVID first happened, all these companies saw this like just huge, just fucking huge boom of viewership. A huge boom, like a lot of companies, not even just content creation companies like Twitch and YouTube, right? A lot of companies that dealt with the public that was that were providing entertainment like Netflix and other such streaming companies, right? Saw this just huge, humongous boom in uh intake of money, right? In uptick in revenue, right? And I think the worst part about that is that these companies cannot differentiate between there was a fucking pandemic that happened, right? People were at home, forced to be at home. What else were they going to do? They're going to watch Twitch, or they're going to watch, a streaming platform like Netflix, right? That is no longer the case. So expecting to continue to bring in that kind of money is like it's futile. Yeah, it's futile to even try and expect to bring in that much money. We're seeing it with like Netflix, where they're trying to bring their subscription where they have brought their subscription payment, the amount they have to pay for their subscriptions up, right? We're starting to see it with Netflix, where they're starting to ban people from having multiple accounts,
and it's
or
working.
multiple people, and it's working.
Which
That's
is
the
the most
worst
upsetting
fucking
thing.
part. Yeah. And it's just one of those things where, like, I think, I don't know, man. I'm of the old age where it's like both me and Sin were in there when it was what's it called,
Justin
yeah,
TV.
Justin TV. I'm getting homesick for Justin TV, but I'm looking at like Kick, like, man, that's how Justin TV was, and I don't know if I want to go back to those days.
Hey, if you enjoyed this clip, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You can catch our podcast every Thursday night at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. Also, you can find us on anchor.fm/prepatch podcast. We hope to catch you on the next one. Deuces.